Thank you very much. I am super excited to be here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
That's what I want to hear. Some of you are still hungover. It's all right. I wasn't aware of this, but now I am. I am direct, realist, going through a huge change, and I have no sex. So that's who I am, according to Disney.
And a bad artist.
And a bad artist. Actually, I met Tiffany at the Sequoia Awards, and she asked me if I would come and speak a little bit of motivation at the beginning of the year. And right after that, I'm a part of an organization called The Positive World. The Positive World is an organization that's dedicated to creating the largest network of people, communities, and products that are related to better living. And as part of that, we often do social experiments. And one of the ones that we did just recently is called Penny Up, called the Penny Up Challenge to Change the World. Today, it ended today, and I want to talk to you today about what is the power of a single penny. Or what is the power of a single person, a single idea, a single movement. The Penny Up Challenge to Change the World is an idea that we came up with. What if we only had one penny? It's a tough economy. You're down to your last penny. What would you do? What could you do? We were actually at a Chick-fil-A restaurant on December the 4th near Charlotte, North Carolina. And we said to ourselves, pretty tough times. I bought dinner for everybody, and we had 3 pennies left. Maggie gave me my penny and said, if a guy can trade up a paperclip 14 times to a house over a year, how many of you know that story? Raise your hand. Some of you don't. There was a gentleman that traded a red paperclip for a new house over a year time. 14 trades, 1 house. We took 30 days and said, what could we do to change the world? We are the positive world. It's what we try to do. Try to make the world a better place, your communities better, each individual life better. So how did we do? In 30 days, we traded a penny for a $700 vacation in Myrtle Beach, a $1,500 website. The potential, if you have a house for sale in Charleston, South Carolina, and are willing to list it with your own Bradley O'Mara, up to a value of $2 million, he will list your home for free. Anybody do the math? It's worth $50,000 if you have a $2 million house. If he sells your house, in addition to listing it, he's willing to give the whole 5%, $100,000. That's what our pennies were worth. We have some other small items. We have a bench grinder, the tool put on the bench is a grinder. We have a ring. We have tickets to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We have all these things. Now I want to tell you the rest of the story. It was 4 pennies, 4 people motivated to go do something with those pennies. Always bartering. But we were derailed. Lost our focus. Because in that Penny Up Challenge, we met some people that needed help. The oncology ward at Levine Hospital in Charlotte, North Carolina, had families that were not going to have Christmas. They had children in the hospital fighting cancer, fighting for their lives, and we met them through conversations about our Penny Up Challenge. Well, our thing was called the Penny Up Challenge to Change the World. We stopped the Penny Up Challenge, and we went on a 9-day campaign to bring Christmas to these families. So I want to add to that we raised $10,000 in 9 days for 9 families at the Levine Children's Hospital. Finished the project, moved on. Christmas Eve, we're up for a business planning meeting in Charlotte yet again. We get a phone call on the 23rd that says, what are you doing tomorrow? Christmas Eve. Well, we have a business meeting. We're launching this thing on January 1st. It's real important to us. Will you come help us feed the homeless in downtown Charlotte? The answer, of course, yes. Penny challenge off to the side yet again. We help provide meals for 500 of Charlotte's homeless people. Christmas Eve. Took another break right after Christmas. We started getting engaged again. We started trying to raise it up. Ashley you were at $600 or $400? She was at $400. She traded that up to $1,500. She got her website for $1,500. So she went from $400 to $1,500 in that time frame. We also met with an investor that may be interested in Michael's penny, and if he is, it's between $30,000 and $50,000. You doing the math yet? You're business people. You do fundraising. Polar Bear Plunge, we didn't raise a lot of money, a couple $100. We raised a lot of interest. We lost a lot of temperature. The boys in the room lost more than the temperature. But what happened in that time, those things, the penny up challenge, one single idea, 4 people, could have been anybody in this room. You do this every day. You raise the community, you do fundraising, you change your community every day. It's the beauty of what you do. This is an example of what we just did with a penny. We took all of those opportunities and they turned into media attention. They turned into your attention. They turned into Facebook attention. And on January 1st, which was the official launch of this new partnership, the Positive World has been in business for 2 years, but without infrastructure, it was simply an idea. So we launched this business on January 1st, and in 3 days, we now have 17 chapters, 3 countries, and thousands of people around the country that are following the Positive World. So we believe that one penny can indeed change the world. It changed it for us in the Positive World in our business model. It changed it for 9 families at an oncology ward in a hospital in Charlotte. It changed it for 500 homeless men and women. If you've never had the opportunity to do that and surprise them, it wasn't a planned thing. You're not behind a soup kitchen. We actually brought a mobile kitchen, a 48-foot mobile kitchen, onto an empty lot and served these meals to over 500 people. It changes lives. It changes your life. You know, that giving that you give will change your life. You get more when you do that than you can possibly imagine. So as you go into the new year and everybody's making plans, what am I going to do this year? Don't think of the new year as this time for resolution, but recommitment. The Jaycees is already involved in doing great work. I was part of the Bachelor Bid Bash last year. They laughed at me. I was the oldest, ugliest guy on the stage. I rocked. I'll say it right now, I rocked.
Yes, you did.
$3,000. Believe in what you're doing. Start with the end in mind. If you don't believe it, you will never see it. Are you committed? Are you willing to do what it takes? Or are you the person that has the idea, but you think your idea is silly? Who thought when I said trade a penny up that that was a silly idea? 1 penny, what could it do? How many people want to have their own penny right now? Whether it was for charity or for yourself, if you were down to your last penny, what could you do? Whose life could you change? Is it yours? Is it your neighbor's? So you asked me to bring a motivational message. I'm bringing one that's a story that has changed our lives and motivated us to continue doing what we do. We have several more chapters that are talking to us around the world that want to become a part of this. We expect to have between 500 and 1,000 chapters by the end of the year. The momentum is incredible, and it started with this penny. It started with 4 friends and an idea that, well, let me take a survey. How many of you, as part of your resolutions, intend to be more negative next year? Anybody? Because if you are, we're going to start positively pessimistic in addition to the Positive World, so we can capture everybody. You know, you laugh, but how many of your friends do you know that go through life complaining about how bad their workday is?
Yes.
But yet they got out of a warm bed that morning, they had a hot meal that night, and they had at least 2 or 3 friends that surrounded them and gave them support. If you see that going on, think about your own situation. Be grateful for what you have. Be willing to give back. Be that one person. Be that one idea. Be that one thing that changes your world, changes the world of others. Thank you very much, Blaine Parks, Positive World. Happy New Year. I brought you a penny. We have pennies for each of you.